I want to introduce a friend this morning, Mr. Tim Gibb, who's been here before, and he's co-founder and director of Campo International, which offers educational travel and cultural immersion to teens and adults through community development projects, local family homestay, and off-the-beaten-path adventures. Using a hand-up approach of development, participants work cooperatively with local people, building sustainable solutions to improve access to clean water, sanitation, education, and nutrition in our project areas. Last week, Mrs. Lee talked about the Global Scholarship and Service Department and some of the trips that we do here, Guatemala, the Dominican Republic, we used to go to South Africa, Brazil that's coming up in the future, and hopefully a trip to India. Here's another opportunity for you to engage in community service work, cultural immersion. Sarah Wilson went on the trip with Campo a couple of years ago, and you can talk to her about it. But I'm going to put in the back some older brochures, so when you're going out, if you'd like them, they'll be on both sides. And then if you'd like a new brochure, Mr. Tim Gibb will be up here after morning meeting, and you can have one, take one of those. And also, he will be outside the dining hall this afternoon, and if you want to talk to him further about these opportunities, you can do that. So let's welcome Mr. Tim Gibb.
All right, thank you for having me. I got to get used to this mic system again. So I'm here to talk to you about Campo International and what we do. We provide international learning travel to high school and college students. And we do that in 3 different parts of the world. We go forward there. Where do we go from here? Nicaragua is our foundation program. We've been working there for several years. Honduras, we started in the last few years. And this year we will be launching a program in the Philippines. There are 4 components within our program: cultural immersion, language training, sustainable development, and eco-adventures. All of our trips contain at least 2 of these components, and many of them contain all of them. Using this chart, you can select what interests you most and what kind of trip you want to be on. Our first component is cultural immersion. We strive to provide you with a true immersion experience, not just a tour, and through experience that will integrate you into the local culture and society, no matter how long or short your trip is. We do this in several ways. Rural villages is one of our focuses, and our village homestays, rural village homestays, are a distinct homestay experience because they provide a unique opportunity to live very simply with only what is necessary and share in the lives of people that measure their wealth by their family and not by their objects. Just staying with a family is not a complete immersion experience, which is why we introduce community development. This enables you to work alongside your host family and provide something to them that lasts beyond your stay. Language training. Learning the local language training is the first step in connecting with locals. Trips with the language component provide you with immersion language training with individual native-speaking instructors. Each student receives private instruction in a relaxed atmosphere, as you can tell. Last time you had a dog in your classroom. And it work at your level and your pace. Learning a language like you learned your own is our approach. You'll be immersed in the language so you don't get bogged down in translation. The focus of your language experience is learn how to use it for its primary purpose, which is communication. A motivated student on a 2-week trip will be able to start communicating with their family in the first couple of days. Sustainable development, which is something beyond just community service, is in establishing community service projects for people and places in need is a noble cause, but making those projects sustainable is important if you want them to affect their lives beyond the 1 or 2 weeks that you are there. Campo International identifies and designs their projects in cooperation with local members to provide greatest benefit for the months and years following your trip. Composting latrines are one of our projects. In places where running water and modern sanitation are not available, composting latrines can reduce the risk of disease and sickness and prevent groundwater contamination. This may look like a camping toilet at best to you, but in comparison to this, it's a major improvement on the health of a family in Nicaragua. And it means that this family can provide a cleaner, healthier environment for themselves and their children. The effects of this reach far beyond just the home, in the fact that healthier bodies and lives require less medical attention. And for places that lack, people that lack disposable income, can you pause it on that one? People that lack disposable income, it makes a big difference because medicine's expensive and that can really make or break a family living in these conditions. And we all know the best medicine is just taking care of yourself. So renewable energy. Electricity still does not reach a large part of the world, especially in developing countries. Solar power means access to more information and better education. Can you pause it on this one here? Go back there one. Sorry, I'm getting mad at myself. The school also functions as a community center where meetings and gatherings can be held and cell phones can be charged. Cell phones have really opened up access to information in rural areas. The other thing that we did in the installation of this, we did it with the community so that they really have ownership of the project and able to understand how it works and able to repair it and maintain it. It's not just dropped on them. Thanks. Can we go to the next one? And then you can let it run again. I should be back on my timings. So what was once a one-room schoolhouse provides a host of opportunities for education and information. Health and nutrition is a big deal in sustainable development, really the foundation, because in a world where rice and beans and corn make up the daily diet, it's really not enough for human development. Without proper nutrition, the brain and body cannot fully develop, and once a child has reached maturity, no amount of education or international aid can change that. Construction of these affordable greenhouses enable families to grow vegetables like carrots, beets, tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers, which provide essential nutrients to promote child development. The introduction of vegetables into a diet of rice, beans, and corn can improve the nutritional value up to 400%. While all of our projects in some way are tied to the environment, our projects in Honduras and the Philippines are focused on the marine environment. Trumpet fish, squid, spotted moray eel, jack blues, angelfish, and even sharks on the Belize Shelf Reef in Honduras are being endangered by one species, not humans, lionfish. Lionfish is a non-native species that was introduced into the Atlantic due to human carelessness. And it is reducing populations of other fish because it's very hard to kill, reproduces rapidly, and eats other fish larvae. So we work, while scuba diving, we work with local marine biologists and dive masters to learn how to restore the balance of the reef. Eco Adventures, the fourth component of our program, we take a very similar approach in the sense that we have a try to leave no trace behind philosophy in everything that we do. The Somoto Canyon in Nicaragua lies at the border of Honduras, and we do about a 7-mile run of that canyon, climbing, jumping, diving, swimming, navigating that canyon. Surfing, learning to surf on the South Pacific coast of Nicaragua is included in most of our Nicaragua trips. San Juan del Sur, where we do that, offers a variety of wave breaks for all levels, and the warm water means no wetsuits are necessary. We received this post from a student from last year, just last week actually. She got herself a surfboard. It says, "The reason I own this now, thanks for giving me the opportunity to stand up on a board for the first time." That was even her name at the top of the board. So, diving is available on all our Honduras trips and now on one of our Nicaragua trips. You don't need any previous diving experience. You only need to know how to swim. Each student receives the full PADI, which is the Professional Association of Divers International, open water course and certification to dive to 18 meters. If you already have your PADI, if you're experienced divers, you can choose from courses including but not limited to rescue diver, deep diver, underwater photographer, or wreck diver. That's a conclusion. I think we have a couple of minutes for questions if anybody's got any. Right. All right. I will be around throughout the day. I have some course catalogs up here. If after the meeting you guys want to come grab some. And if any teachers are interested in a portion of your class looking at any of these development projects that we're looking at, I'd be happy to attend. Thanks for your time.